Big news. I have some important news for you.
Interesting news.
It's Blake and Aaron's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
Cayman's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Hey, good morning, Sandy.
Morning.
Good morning, Blake and Aaron. How are you guys doing today?
Good. What do you got for us this morning?
Fantastic. So we have the RCIPS investigating a robbery in Northside. So, Northside is normally pretty quiet. But anyway, they say that there was a robbery that took place shortly before 4 p.m. on Monday. Officers responded to a report at an address where the victim was approached by a man unknown to him who, brandished a knife, demanded money, and made threats. And then he fled in a vehicle described as a white Honda saloon car with a quantity of cash in the direction of Cebu. So if you live in the area, maybe check cameras and stuff, because you might be able to see him driving by.
In the Cebu or Caibo?
Caibo, sorry.
Okay, I was like,
oh my gosh, yes, Caibo.
Cebu.
I know, right?
Not even a thing anymore.
I know. I obviously need a music festival.
Yeah.
I'm feeling for music festival.
There you go.
All right, so we have a description: tall, dark complexion.
Shirtless. Let me guess. Shirtless.
Let me see pictures right now.
He's wearing a brown bag over his head.
Medium build with dreadlocks.
Okay.
The dreadlocks might be,
Alrighty.
not too many people, maybe 25% of the population. Yeah. All right, there you go. If you know anybody who fits that description,
that wears a shirt and has dreadlocks,
who may have been in the area and who has access to a white Honda saloon car, then
that's probably the best evidence.
Yeah, rat out your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have another application for 10-story apartment building. This is rather interesting. BCQS actually sent out this notice to their customers saying, hey, we are aware that there is a proposed 10-story apartment building, which is being expected to be built. Guess where? On the site of Moringa Town Bar. Now, this is interesting. The location's very interesting.
Say what?
Yeah.
Wait, in Georgetown?
Yes. More importantly, Moringa Town, Aaron. Moringa Town's going to be gone.
Oh, yeah. That's sad.
So, yes. So anyway,
years. But yeah.
The residents of Jasmine Villas are made aware of the proposed development, which is expected to house approximately 162 units, including 1 and 2 bedrooms. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of units.
Wow.
Where's this exactly?
Moringa Town, right?
Georgetown.
Behind the gas station, Walkers and Boilers Road intersection.
And then it's
Moringa Town is back there.
So like Bayshore and
I know
that very skinny little
road. All right, time to recycle those natural Christmas trees. Blake, you'll be specifically interested in this.
Been there, done that.
You've recycled yours already?
We picked up all of our trees,
but you forgot me then.
Well, that's a service that you need to pay for, Sandy.
Oh, I didn't know you did that. Well, I might talk to you later because it's kind of sitting there in the corner all lonely now.
When you order online, it's one of the add-ons. You can choose to have it picked up after Christmas. And we take it to recycling for you.
Oh my gosh, you're so fancy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for other people who may not want to pay for it, the Department of Environmental Health has announced that it's doing its annual natural Christmas tree recycling program. So there's a number of locations where you can actually drop off your tree, including the Ed Bush Stadium, Georgetown Cricket Field, Georgetown Landfill Public Drop-Off Area, Spots Dock, and the entrance of Frank Sound. Just drop it off there until January the 31st, and they will pick up your trees. It should not have any wires, lights, ornaments, or anything else on it. And they'll pick up your natural tree and then recycle it, mulch it, and other stuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
You too.
See you later.
All right.
Here's a little tip.
All right, folks. Good morning, everyone. Hope that you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road.
Sandra all the time is here with the cold hard truth. She's the ears and the eyes for me and you. Every day, everyone want to hear from Sandra. And every time on the air, she's getting better. So tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your mama, to call Sandra in the morning and in the evening. They always calling Sandra. And when they start fighting, they calling Sandra. And
That's right, folks. Everyone is telling their mama about the cold hard truth. Welcome to another episode with more truth telling, more problem solving, and of course, more tea spilling than ever before. Sit back, students, grab your tea and turn up the volume because class is now in session. Call in at 936-2626 because your voice matters. Share your opinion on issues that matter the most to you. All right, folks. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this beautiful Wednesday morning? Hope you guys are well. I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay. We're going to get the show on the road here. Let me just get all my links to send out to everyone. Hope you guys had a restful night's sleep. I was busy, honey, chill. Had to go to my second job, my other job, and get to work. So here we are. I know all of you are sitting on the edge of your seats today going, oh, Lord, what kind of day are we going to have with this audio today? Well, I honestly don't know. At this point, I think 2024 has just decided to test my patience in the most spectacular way. And you know what? I mean, by all accounts, I think most of you will agree, I have been very, very calm. Listen, I can exercise a lot of discipline when required. I got the patience of Job sometimes too, just not all the time, but I've just been very zen about the whole thing, and I've heard and read all of your comments, and I know a lot of you have suspicions. Morning, Instagram folks. I see y'all over there, honey chow. Yes, a lot of you have a suspicion about what's going on. You're like, oh my God, somebody's hacking Sandy. The government doesn't want to hear Sandy. Well, listen, honey, let me tell you the cold hard truth this morning. Of course, they don't want me to tell y'all the truth, and they don't want to hear it. And, they would do anything to shut us down. But hacking in is not quite as easy as that. Juju don't have no special juju about her, unfortunately. Well, maybe fortunately. Oh, we might all be in trouble if she did. She doesn't have any special powers, so we are not going to worry about her either in terms of that. We have other things to worry about her. She's going to break this country. Commanders say she gonna broke us. Yes, honey child, she's well on her way to accomplishing that in record time. But yeah, so I think we're getting closer to trying to figure out what's going on. Yesterday we swapped out boards and we say, okay, it's not the board. Maybe it's the cable. Well, listen, I ain't married an IT man for nothing. So he was away. Denny, by the way, big shout out to Denny. Denny around this morning. Denny, thank you so much for Denny's on the case, trying to help me figure out exactly what's going on. So I know that he did call Marlon yesterday, but Marlon was actually, I think when you called him, he was actually on the plane trying to get back to Cayman. So and he's aware of my frustrations. Now, I told y'all Marlon does not work for me, honey child, but when you're the spouse, you do get some special privileges here, there, and occasionally. So I started to say, oh my gosh, this thing is going to really make me pull up what hair I have left. And I know he doesn't want that. So he's like, oh, Lord. Okay, after we leave our second job, West Bay, I'm going to come and have a look and see what's going on. So we think we've narrowed it down. And funny enough, somebody said to me yesterday, I'm going to read you this particular message because I know I would say 80% of you think that these government people have hacked into the computer and they've done something nefarious. But someone said to me yesterday, Sandy, I think it's, are you operating Windows 11 on that computer? Because I think that that's what it is. And I said, I said, we thought of that. And we actually rolled back the computer already. We rolled back the updates because, yes, seems like, that's entirely possible. And so, I was thinking just a rollback would be sufficient. Well, maybe not. He came and he looked at some computer logs and started to fine tune his search on exactly what could be causing the issue. And so he believes that it is, in fact, a Windows related issue. So sometimes Windows sends out these so-called security updates and they break stuff. They might be fixing one thing and then they end up breaking something else. So anywho, he believes now that that is the most likely culprit for what is happening. So we're going to monitor it today. If for some reason it does not resolve itself, then what we will have to do from there is to actually pull the entire PC down and just format, redo everything. So we're talking about that's going to be somewhat of a massive job, but at the same time, the interesting thing about that is I don't actually, for security reasons, I don't actually keep a whole lot actually on the computer. So everything is somewhere else in a cloud. So we'll see. That's all I can tell you right now. If it happens today, I do have a backup contingency plan because one observation that I've made is, we can go 2 hours and it's not going to happen. But when it starts happening, it just continues. It's like it starts and then it just doesn't want to stop. So I've got my second board. Can I show y'all? Hold on a second. Let me see now. We do have a backup camera here. Hold on. Extra camera. Y'all can get to see my messy desk a little bit. Extra camera. Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can see over there. That might not work. This camera is not as, but anyway, I've got, I've got another identical board for reasons which, kind of messed up this camera. For reasons which make sense in situations like this, sometimes you got to have backup equipment. So I've got the laptop set up on that board. Push comes to shove, what we'll do is we'll just swap over to the laptop. It has its own camera. I'm charging up the wireless microphones. And so the show will continue. Having said that, it's likely to be a shorter live show today. I'll play one of our Cayman Voices segments, but the Grand Court actually opens today at 10 o'clock. So we got to be there, honey child. We got an invitation. And so, when we get invited, I think it's only appropriate to show up whenever we can. So that's why I'm dressed a little bit fancier today. I said, well, let me dress from now. Because sometimes when I have an event, I'll wear a totally different outfit that I have on in the show, but my time is going to be a little bit crunched. So I said, let me put on my little proper frocks today. So I got my pearls. So, when I'm sitting there and something interesting happens, I can be like, let me grasp my pearls, like the little old ladies, how they like to grasp their pearls. So we got pearls on today. We're rocking the pearls, honey child. And we're rocking a little 2-piece dress. Let me back up and show y'all. Yes, a little matching blazer and stuff like that. One of my bargain finds when I go to Miami. So we can do our thing today. We need to put on a little bit of mascara before we go out in public today. Representing Georgetown. Big up to all the Georgetown people. By the way, I went to not the grocery store. I went to oh Lord, what's it called? I went to West Bay's Subway at the 4-way stop. A nice little lady there. I don't know her name, but she works at, oh Lord, let me see how bad the brain is now. She works at one of these condos on West Bay Road. Oh, what was the condo name? Begins with a W, because I remember seeing the shirt logo. But anyway, nice West Bay. And she said, oh my God, I hear you all the time on the radio. And look, I finally get to see you. So big shout out to her. She'll know who she is. I'm sure she's listening. What was the name of the condo again? Oh man, I can't remember. But anyway, big shout out to her, honey child. Hope you're having a good day. And here in the studio, I'm trying out a new mug design. Look at this. Isn't this cute? So this is our honey child cup. Big shout out There's a company, I use 2 different Cayman companies to order some merch. And so they gave me this one to like try it out because, I'm always drinking water in the studio. So thank you so much. Mm-mm-mm. The water is extra delicious when it's in a CMR specified mug. Stephen Nicholson in the house. Good morning to you. Diamond Princess is here. Good morning to Olivia. Debbie, how are you? Miss Juliet, Miss Pat, Michelle is here. Michelle Lee in the house. By the way, anybody in Miami, I need to ask a favor. If you're in Miami coming back this week or the next couple days, just shoot me a message. I can beg a little favor of you. Evelyn, good morning. Patricia Blake is here. Shaka Zulu says, good morning, Auntie Sandy. Good morning to you, honey child. Miss Vernita, how are you? Shaka Zulu says, new mic. Is that the source of your muting problem? No. It's a lot harder, I think, for hardware to have an issue. Not impossible. So by yesterday, I was thinking maybe it's the cable that runs from the board to the computer. So I even contacted the board company and they were like, okay, we'll send you a new cable, yada, yada, yada. But, I'm going to concede to the fact that Marlon is actually the IT expert around here and not me. I only know a little bit about a little bit of this and that. He really knows a lot. So he says, the first thing that any proper IT technician does is always checks the logs. And I should have done this when you first started complaining. I was like, really? Yeah, you should have done that. So he checked the logs and he does see a lot that causes him concerns on the logs. So that's why he's pretty sure that he knows exactly what's a go on. So he tried a little something, undoing certain things and trying to clear out all these errors and whatever. If that doesn't work, then it's like, bloop, let's just wipe the machine and we start from scratch, honey chill. Hopefully we won't have to do that though, because it is a little bit of work on my part too. Wee. Good morning. And, I always try to have backup equipment. So I have I think I have 3 or 4 of these identical mics. So I have, if it was actually the microphone, I do have another microphone and it's not, somebody said maybe the board was overheating, I think if it was, it'd be additional things it would be doing, but yeah, it's just a puzzle. It's just been so weird. I think it has had us all playing amateur detective. Marshall, Evelyn, Miss Iva, Liana says, yes, sir. Dress up today, my love. What a hot mess. Aliano, how are you? Sonia, so good to see you. Faith and Hope, I love it. She says, smile today, honey child. Yes. Felicia, good morning to you. Felicia Rankin is here with us. We got Cayman Kind. Good morning to Miss Romelia. Leroy says, that Bill Gates for you. Bill Gates? What does he have to do with anything? Y'all be just trying to blame random people. I'm pretty sure Bill Gates could care less about what I'm doing. He's one of those people I'd actually love to meet. I'd be like, Uncle Bill Gates, come on, let's talk. Siobhan, good morning to you, darling. Twerking the voodoo away, says Aliano. Oh my gosh. Do we still believe in things like voodoo though? I'm curious. Because I don't. Okay, so somebody messaged me the other day about a mug. This was a lady that saw me somewhere. And she's like, Sandy, I need a mug. And I'm trying to find the message because I told her, I said, what's up me so that I can remember. And now I can't find the message. Lord have mercy. Ma'am, if you know who you are, message me again so I can find the message because I've got some 88 messages, Lord Jesus, that I need to read. But I know that, you did message me and I responded. And then now I can't find the message. What a hot mess. One thing I wish that WhatsApp would do, listen, thanks to Facebook, whoever owns WhatsApp now, we love it. It allows us to communicate. But one of the things I really wish is that we could pin more than, how they, let me see here now. How they allow you to pin people up at the top so you can reach those people first, but you can only do 3 people. I'm like, what's up? What's up? What's up with you? What's up? You know how many people are in my phone? I need to be able to pin at least 10 conversations. That would be good. Morning, Miss Barbara. Rough Seas. How you doing, honey child? Miss Lucille is in the house. Miss Lucille says a very good morning, everyone at home. Love you all. God bless you. Stay safe. Marlon, I guess if you don't talk about politics, you don't have a problem with your equipment. I love that outfit. Thank you. Listen, I don't believe in all this kind of voodoo foolishness. I think the real, listen, the real devils are in the flesh, right? You don't need to make up no ghost stories and devils, because unfortunately, the real devils are walking around us all the time. Rest assured, honey child, that they're here. You know what I'm saying? They're around the place. What a hot mess. Yeah. Those are the ones that I'm scared of. Child, they be walking around in the flesh. Be trying to look cute and put on outfits and all kind of stuff. Those are the ones that y'all got to be conscious of, because they're the ones who are destroying our country. I know that it's tempting to think that it has to be something of the spiritual realm. Well, I don't know about that, honey child. Perla, good morning. Says, I love that cup. I want one. So we haven't ordered any yet, but I'm not against the idea. Because if I drink a couple of these for the day, that's like my water allowance. I love it. Very nice. Thank you. You look like a judge today, says Strong Wilt. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Is that a good thing? I'm not so sure that's a compliment, Strong Wilt. Most of them not really all that cute, to tell you the truth. Duran, good morning. Cayman Kind says, I'm tired of asking for police on foot in our communities, and it isn't happening. This is not good. Well, they soon have the community officer out there on foot when they can't do nothing. Shaka Zulu says, I did suggest the logs from the bugging. From the bugging or the beginning? I assumed you did. He's absolutely right. Like I said, that's why he's an IT specialist and not me. Hilda, good morning to you. Says, yeah, my husband spotted you in West Bay yesterday, Miss Sandy. I'm sad he didn't say hello from me. Aw. Yes, honey child. When I go out west, it's so nice to see some fresh Caymanian faces. Hump Day Wednesday. Good morning to Tina. Miss Brenda's here. Miss Lavana. Miss Lavana, what are the lunch specials today? Can you send me a little picture of something good that's on the menu so we can share it? I want y'all to go out and support Lavana's Kitchen. Place your orders, folks. She has a daily menu that is spectacular, and you don't want to miss it. I saw pork chops. Was it yesterday that you had pork chops? Oh, honey child, they had looked so good. Anne Marie, good morning. Tina says, CMR Yeti. Yes. Faith and Hope, you're still waiting on your mug? What's up me? What's up me? I promise I'll find the message. Yes, honey chan. I get so many messages. Oh, Jesus. Sometimes I like, okay, pause and go through the messages and really sort yourself out. All right. Siobhan says the devil's real, though, using people to do his dirty work. People are capable of doing dirty work on their own. I'm not sure they need any intervention from the spiritual realm. Miss Dorothy, morning to you. Alejandro. Liana says, I want a mug with Auntie Sandy's picture on it saying, honey chow. Yes, Miss Pat. She says the devils are amongst us all dressed up. Yes. They can put on their little frock and stuff, you know. Vicky says, what did I miss? Not much yet. We're soon get into it. Good morning, Miss Olive. Miss Dorothy watching from the Cayman Islands. Beautiful. Emma's here. Hello, Emma. First Lady Jayanne says, I'm late, but better late than ever. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, honey chow. Miss Iva says she has the best chili. I think that's supposed to be. Oh, yes, she sure does. Strong Wilt is wondering if I went to West Bay to look for Uncle Mac. No, I didn't. Some of you pointed out that he was, there was a hearing decision in court this week. It was actually supposed to be on Monday. The decision came down yesterday, but we can't report on it. So let me explain. It's good to explain these things as we sort of progress, right? So there are times when a decision is rendered, like there are legal arguments that are made and a decision is rendered, but press, media, there's an embargo on it. We can't report on it because he's having a jury trial. So because he has chosen, and it's still the defendant's choice in this jurisdiction, whether or not to have a judge alone or jury trial, because he has chosen to have a jury trial, there's certain things they don't want the jury to be influenced. So in fact, going into, the next couple of days, right before the first trial, I think he's got one coming up in February. And then the other one for the rape allegation is later in the summer, like maybe June or July or whatever. I'm not going to have very much to say about any of these cases now that, we're getting closer to them and they're going to be going on, because the last thing we want Big Mac to be able to do is run to the judge crying with crocodile tears, talking about, oh, Sandy has said something that is going to influence the jury, because that's what people like him do. Believe me, I've seen it before. So, we can talk about him in other respects in relation to, being the duplicitous, cutthroat politician that he is. But when it comes to that case, we're going to reserve our comments from this point until it's over. He's picked a jury trial for a particular reason, because he thinks that he's going to hoodwink the jury yet again. So good morning to Sexy Slim Libra on Instagram. She says, good morning to you and the lovely people of the Cayman Islands. Blessed morning to, let me try and pronounce this now. Your Instagram names be kind of different. Is it Mikarl Channer? We have Aracelis Cortinas joining us from the Dominican Republic. Oh, buenos dias, mamacita, ¿cómo estás? DR, I want to go to the DR. I want to visit the DR. Who else we got here? YTN Chris. Is that supposed to be, I don't know, what does YTN stand for? What going on with this young boy post, miss? Which one? Okay. That was kind of interesting reading that. Miss Banks says, can it be that she had the picture in her camera roll and it got posted by accident? All right, Miss Banks, morning. She said, let's hear what it be today. Man, y'all Instagram, y'all be using some very shortened version of the English language. Good morning to JXY God. Lord have mercy. No, sir. Dot Nika J says Sandra up. Good morning to, man, y'all, what the heck? So is that the guy who has 11 children that we posted on Instagram? Is that who he is? Is that his name? Jay, what name does he go by? Child, honey, child, you young people know. 11 children, and says he doesn't want to be a father. Well, yeah, okay. Miss Dorothy, good morning to you. Waltero, morning, joining us from my new home in the Philippines. Waltero Ebanks, you've moved from West Bay, I'm presuming, to the Philippines? Say what? Be careful over there, honey child. I was reading some stuff the other day. I was watching a YouTube video about women in Thailand and how they take advantage. These young girls be taking advantage of you older men, older gentlemen. So you and your money, hold your money tight, honey child. Because it's not all that it's caught up to be. Good morning, Miss Joyce Ann. All right, there's some horror stories about, somebody said Mr. Waltero's a braca. Yeah, honey child, you be careful now. I know you going over there talking about you going to retire and live the good life cheap. But boy, some of them women, they know how to part you and your money real fast, pronto. Because they looking to live the good life off of your hard back. You work hard, now they going to live the good life off of you, honey child. So just be careful. That's all I'm telling you. I know y'all love to jump up and go a foreign, thinking a foreign is so much better. And what I'm going to tell you is the grass is not always greener once you really find out the score. Some horror stories. They'll use you, abuse you, and then you got to run back to Cayman. All right. But enjoy your new life abroad. I think it's good to travel and sometimes even live somewhere else for a minute. Okay. So those of you asking about this fella on Instagram, what's his name? I don't know who he is. I saw him and I saw the story about how he has all these children, 11 children. He's 20 something years old. I cannot believe anybody in their 20s would have 11 children this day and age. That is when you know you ain't got no sense. Like, really, you have no sense. That is just dumb and dumber and stupid and the whole works. So is that who we're talking about? Why does he have an indentation in his head? I'm just looking at him good now. He got all these thick chains around his neck, wasting his money, fancy watch, and all kind of stuff. Oh, you know why y'all are confused? Where's the text? I see, a lot of y'all liked him. We didn't post him up because he's cute. Oh, Jesus, peace. Hold on. I see now why you all would be confused. We're supposed to be posting about how he has these million children. What's his name again? Young who? Hold on. Let me get I thank you, Instagram followers. I can now see why you are confused. All right, give me a second and I'm going to get the text for you. Apparently, he is 24 years old and he has 11 children. And he has said that he's not too keen on fatherhood. And I had to say to myself, what kind of donkey would, not be keen on fatherhood? Let me see here if I can find it now. And actually have that many children. What am I missing? What is wrong with you young people? Like, seriously? NBA boy. He's an NBA? Yeah, there's something particular about American football players, basketball players, athletes in general. Probably not just, it's not unique to Americans. But, you don't have to be the brightest, I suppose, at the end of the day to be, an athlete. You just have to know how to handle a ball. And so they go out there having the most ridiculous, unprotected relations with people, which is stupid for so many reasons. And then they bring all these children into the world. Who has 11 children? Oh my God. Here he is. Oh, but this is strange because the text showed up on Facebook. Why wouldn't it show up on Instagram? He's a rapper? I don't know who the heck he is. He's not even cute, to be honest. But hold on one second now. Let me try to update the Instagram post for you guys. Because, it's weird because the text is there on Facebook, but it's not on Instagram. Anyway, he, this is what he said. It says here that he has 11 children. I'm going to read you all the text. Hold on one second. And then he has some idea in his head that despite having all of these children, he has decided that he actually doesn't want to be a father. I'm just like, what am I missing here? Y'all got to help me out, young folks. So NBA young boy. Oh, that's his name. Okay, there you go. I thought he was in the NBA. So a rapper has a name called NBA young boy. Oh God, y'all are just so stupid. All right, so NBA young boy, whatever the heck that means. He is a father of 11 children, expresses in a recent interview that he is, quote unquote, not really big on fatherhood. A crazy thing to say when you're fathering fatherless children, to not be big on fatherhood, but to have 11 children at age 24 is absolutely insane. Let me change this to absolute insanity. Whew. My God. He is not the brightest. And so this is what these guys do, I guess. And the sad thing is, somebody said he kind of looks like he's from Cayman, Mr. Good Look. He could be. I mean, But the unfortunate thing is, so many young people, and I hate to say it, but this is the God's truth. Unfortunately for us, it tends to be African Americans or people of color. Can I just tell you? I know it's not all, but you don't find too many Caucasians being quite as stupid. Not to say that they don't exist, but it goes with this whole rapper and athletic lifestyle and gangster wannabe lifestyle, where you think it's cool and copacetic there he is, to bring in, was he shot in the head or something? Why does he have that big indentation in his head? To bring in all of these poor children into this world, and you could care less about them. Like who doesn't want to be a father? But yet you have 11 children by the time you're 24. My God, he got some super sperm, y'all. No, sir. It just, and the women who decide to lay down with this man and get pregnant with him are stupider than him. Because I mean, these men not got no scruples, child. They be thinking with the wrong head completely. So I don't suppose I have any real expectations of him. He probably grew up in the exact same situation. No father. He had a father, didn't want to be a father either. And here this idiot is perpetrating the same situation from one generation to the next. My God. Wow. Curtis said if NDA is done, probably only 3. If DNA is done, probably only 3 is really his. You sit there. I'm pretty sure he's requesting a DNA in all of them. Because he paying out. I don't know what kind of money this dude making. He looked like he's making a few pennies at this time based on the chains around his neck. But a fool and his money shall soon part. Johan says his rhythm game not working, but his money. So, my God, what a hot mess. Oh my God, I take it back. It's not that he's unattractive. The hair makes him unattractive. The indentation in his forehead makes him unattractive. Are those tattoos on his face or just scars? He looks like he's been beaten up. I mean, he's unattractive for other reasons. Take all of that away and his face really actually isn't that bad. But most unattractive thing about him is the attitude that you are not really big on fatherhood. You don't have to be big on fatherhood. Oh, NBA means never broke again. Oh, thank you, Rough Seas. Well, y'all give me a little lesson today. Thank you for that. And I would listen, I'm not really a betting person. Y'all know this already about me. I occasionally play the lottery when I go to Miami. When I win my millions, I'll let y'all know. But never broke again. I would bet the farm, the family farm, and the fact that this idiot will be broke again. Trust and believe me. With 11 children and more to come, because you're only 24 years old, how much do you think he's going to be spending on child support? No, sir. What a hot mess. Speaking of child support, little celebrity story for you. And then I'm going to contact one of our regional partners because I want to actually get some information about something that's happening around the region as well. So speaking of child support, you guys remember this hot mess of a situation with this guy. What is his name? I always remember her name. Nia Long. I'm a fan favorite from when she was doing stuff back in the day. Is his name Imi Udoka or Imi Udoka? He sounds like he might have an African name. But anyway, you know that he had cheated on her, and there was this whole thing where the NBA had suspended him for having a relationship with the woman who was actually booking his flights. Like she worked under him, quite literally, in the NBA. And his poor, beautiful girlfriend of many, many years, Nia Long, had no clue what he was up to until they suspended him. So they didn't even tell her like before the suspension. They just suspended his behind, honey child. And so here are the latest in this saga. Obviously, she is a woman of, of quality. And she has said that she's not putting up with this. This is not going to be, he's Nigerian American. I knew he was African with that name. Nigerian American professional basketball coach and former player. She has decided that she is not going to stay with him. Good for her. That's good. So what has happened now is they have decided on a custody agreement 1 year after they split up. And guess what? He's going to be paying her $32,000, to be specific, $32,500 in monthly child support. And then the child will live with his mother 95% of the time in Los Angeles. The young child, Kez, is only 12 years old. So what a hot mess. Nia Long, she's 53 years old. Udoka is 46. And so, of course, he embarrassed her in the most spectacular way possible. He's also going to be responsible for their son's health and dental insurance. And he and Long will make decisions regarding the education and welfare. So $32,000, $32,500 is what he's going to be paying out in child support. Wow. And, it's such a sad situation, to be honest, because they made a really good looking couple. I mean, not for nothing, but he is handsome. Honey, chill. And she's gorgeous. Like, oh, he's so stupid. But anyway, I hope it was worth it, sir. I hope you're happy now because, wow, you just, messed up your life, your girlfriend's life, your 12-year-old son's life, all the scrutiny. She actually had to pull her son out of school, she said, because, children are making fun of him. And it was so embarrassing to have his dad all over the news. I mean, look at this couple. She's a lot shorter than him. He's tall. Tall, dark, and handsome, honey. Chill. Just give me a minute to daydream about this handsome man who can't be faithful. But I mean, eye candy. You just look at him and then keep scrolling. So yeah, nice looking fella. My goodness, what a hot mess. Anywho, they were actually together for quite some time. Now they have this joint custody agreement. And it is what it is. You play, you pay, I guess is how that works. 32 grand in child support for one child. Can y'all imagine? Anyway, I don't think he's going to be too worried about it because I read somewhere yesterday that he actually makes something like $495,000 a month. I was like, what? He makes who? Say what? 495, almost $500,000 a month. Oh my God. Y'all gotta be kidding me. This is so insane. Oh, when you got people like starving around the world, it is incredible to make that kind of money on a monthly basis. Apparently, last year he signed a $28.5 million deal. Oh my God. This is insane. For the next 4 seasons. So that works out to be, what do they say? $250 in each season, culminating in a salary of 7.5 for like a year or something ridiculous. Anyway, good luck to them. That's rich people problems, NHL. Sometimes we're interested because it's just next level crazy. But good for Nia. Move on, get your money for your child, and just focus on his well-being. All right. What a hot mess. Like I said, let me look at the handsome fellow one more time. Eye candy. Oh, God. Y'all are going to talk. Marlon, Sandy was saying one guy's eye candy. He'll tell you he don't care. He don't care because he knows who I'm snuggling up with at the end of the day, and it's certainly not this guy. Oh, my God. You think he's ugly? Which one? The first guy is ugly, not this one. Oh, Alejandra says if you listen to him talk, Sandy, your ears would bleed. Oh, that's the NBA Youngblood or whatever his name is. Oh, I believe that. He doesn't look like he has any common sense even. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, yes, we do judge people by how they look, and he don't look too bright. Okay. Hunter says, good morning, Miss Sandra. Listening to this morning. Hello, Hunter. Johan says he lucky he don't live in Cayman. CMR would slaughter him daily. Who, the guy with 11 kids? I don't know. Let's talk about crime in Cayman. You can't even get $1 for child support nowadays. Oh, you mean Uduki or Ubami or whatever the heck his name is? Not really, you know. I mean, he's an athlete. We'd probably talk about him just like we did for 5 minutes and then we'd move on. Now, if he was a politician out there cheating and doing that kind of stuff, you see, you guys seem to miss the point. You can't be in certain public positions and not expect to get scrutiny from the media. Okay. It just really is what happens. Yeah, somebody said he was talking about Nia's ex. Yeah. I mean, you live in the limelight, you get scrutinized in the limelight, and it is what it is. Right? You don't sign up for it and think, oh, nobody's ever gonna know that I'm the premier of this country out there, you know, with all my Spanish girls left, right, and center. Come on now, that's stupid. Of course people are gonna know. And people are gonna talk about it. And you know, they're gonna be looking at your wife going, why are you staying with this man? What's the big deal? It can't be that special. Anywho, you know, child. The crazy thing is, if they were more focused on the people's business instead of all this extracurricular activity, I dare say they might actually be doing a better job. I'm not sure, but you know, that could be one of the things that is really getting them all confused. Huh. So Ime coaches my NBA team. He's a fantastic coach. Guess not a good partner. And you know, hey, these things happen. Yes, I mean, to command that kind of money, they think he's worth it. And you know, in his professional life, he might actually be pretty decent. And yet, you know, like you said, just not a good partner. And I'm convinced that some people are just not capable of being monogamous. I really do believe that some people just can't do it. They will try, and it's just not in them, you know. And a lot of it really comes from where and how you grew up and what you've been exposed to. You know, if you've been exposed to that kind of chaos where your father probably wasn't monogamous either, you never saw a good relationship, you never saw men that like respected women and, you know, wanted to be with one woman. You know, I don't necessarily think that human beings are meant to be with one person their entire lives. Like, I'm not going to go that far. But in my mind, you just say, okay, you know, I'm not feeling you right now. Maybe we need a break. Let me go out there and sow my royal oats or whatever. Just be honest with the person. I have a problem with the sneaking around when the other person doesn't know. And you're the committed person in the relationship. And then they be lying to the other person too, that they're cheating with. Well, I'm not with her. I left her. All kind of stories, honey child. Somebody started laughing. They said, that man is handsome. Talking about Nia's ex. Yes, girl. The second dude is nice eye candy. All the ladies getting excited this morning. Hallelujah. This sister says, the second dude is nice eye candy, but that's why he's cheating. Pair that with all the money he gets. True. You take a chance when you have a good looking guy, honey child, because everybody wants him. This person says they should lock him up. 11 children. Yeah, they're not gonna help the 11 children if they lock him up though. But anyway, it is borderline criminal having that many children. All right, somebody is offering a reward. What's the reward for? Please keep, good morning, pleasant good morning, Miss Sandy. Please keep my identity hidden. The man with the $500 award name is Craig. You can find him living upstairs. So, okay. I'm assuming this is something that we posted. I'll send it to the social media admin. I don't actually know what you're talking about. So I'll send it to them. So this person said, "Good morning, Sandy. That hole in his head, maybe that's where his 2 little shillings came out." Shillings or common sense? Somebody said he probably got shot or chopped in his head. Yeah, it's a very weird indentation. Okay, and what is it? Okay, that's not an option. All right, so a particular person laughing. This one says, "One with this logo would be so boss." Oh my God, y'all did not just do that. Let me hold on. Let me screen grab this because y'all gonna have a good laugh this morning. This is so funny. Y'all be finding the funniest pictures of me out in the universe and then deciding to make these little like emojis, all kind of stuff. Now y'all have to tell me this is funny. Good morning, Daisy and Colin. All right, hold on. Let me show y'all something here. This is so hilarious. Oh my God, this is too funny. Get ready. So this person's like, "Put this on a mug." Look at this. Honey chow. Oh my God. Y'all are so scandalous. Really? No, sir. That look on my face is seriously next level crazy. And the duck lips. Oh my God. With the pink lipstick. What a hot mess. Put that in a mug. That looks like a mugshot for real. All right. Miss Linda says, "I'm back. Where you been, Miss Linda? So good to see you joining us from the beautiful island of Bermuda. I'm going to visit your island soon." Siobhan says, "Tall, dark, and handsome, but he's a cheater." Yeah. Aliana said, "Make Marlon hear ya." Okay. So who got shot last night? Lord Jesus. Y'all not gonna believe it. So there was a shooting in Windsor Park. First of all, folks, the gun violence in Cayman is next level crazy. Y'all saw the video? I was like, what the hell is this? Let's have a look at it. It's only a 15-second clip, but it is the most spectacular 15 seconds. Listen, there's certain things that you just don't expect to see in Cayman, but we've seen it before. We have seen it before. Remember when they had that shooting down at was that Vic's Bar with the AK-47 as well? Oh my God. No, sir. Y'all laughing at the picture. I can't even. Seriously. Oh my God. All right, let's have a look at the clip. This is where we're at, and this is just such a sad indictment, I think, on us as a people, that we actually have this type of weaponry on our streets. Well, clearly it's more than one. Look, yeah. Because didn't they recover one before? Look at this. What is that gun exactly? Is that an AK-47? I don't know what that is, but that's a I mean, y'all see this man get out the car, firing that weapon just like, yo. And look at the guy in the front. He starts to see what's going on. I guess maybe he started to hear the gunshots. And he's like, yo, let me hurry up and get out of here. I'm surprised he wasn't running. He just started to walk off. I'm like, dude, I would have been running and ducking. And the girls, you see the girls in the background? Poor them. They must have been so scared. And look at this truck backing out and looking. I know it wouldn't be me, child. I would have been gassing that pedal like I'm in a Fast and Furious movie. So they pulled off in the car. So this is the parking lot. Now, listen, let me say this. Vine and Tap, by the way, reached out and they say, no, this isn't Windsor Park. This is by the building that has Vine and Tap, Security Center, whatever. They have said that this ain't got nothing to do with them, which I think is very, very interesting. I've never been in Wine and Tap, so I can't really comment. But I can tell you guys that they did reach out via social media, and they've actually, I think, even posted something on their own page saying, listen, this shooting has nothing to do with us. These were not patrons of our establishment. We don't even know who these people are. So I'm curious, though, what else is in this building or in this complex that would have people wine and tap? What did I say? Did I say vine? Wine and tap. No, it's vine and tap, not wine. It's vine, V-I-N-E. But my thing is, what else is there in that building that people would be hanging out doing in that whole complex? What is open at this time of night? What are y'all hanging out there smoking and doing exactly? Is there another club in there? So they did issue a public statement. They said the shooting did occur within the proximity of the bar at approximately 1:46 a.m. December the 23rd, 2023. This serious crime is most unfortunate. However, we vehemently deny that we had any knowledge of, nobody said you had any knowledge of it, that's stupid, or that there were any incidents at our establishment that evening which led to the commission of that crime. How would you know that exactly? I mean, vine and tap, I get you that you're trying to distance yourself from this, but it says the bar was closing at the time of the incident and a handful of patrons were leaving. And they continue and say these crimes exist in other countries and the perpetrators are blamed for the crimes, not the establishment, especially where no fault is found. Who manages Vine and Tap? Because this is the stupidest press statement, public statement that I've ever read. Nobody has blamed you. Well, where has anybody blamed them? Then they go on to add this cockamamie bit, which don't make no sense, saying that we take security very seriously and have implemented additional measures in an attempt to avert such incidents from happening. But they claim that several news outlets continue to post and publish misinformation and is affecting our reputation and that of the nearby businesses. Vine and Tap, let me clue you in just a little bit here about this, right? First of all, when you say continue to post, I'm pretty sure there was no continuation. This person says that statement just causes suspicion. Yeah, I think so too. But there's no continuation of a post. If a post is up once, that's it. Let me check something here, because I want to double check whether or not the police actually said anything about them in their statement. Because sometimes the police will actually say Lily's. The police will name it. Okay. So owner is Don Smith. Who the hell is Don Smith? I don't know who that person is. But is there another bar in that plaza? I mean, I know there's the coffee shop. They wouldn't be open at 1 something in the morning. There is, what else is there? There is the Pico. They're not open at that hour in the morning. So they're just hanging out at this plaza just randomly for no reason. You said they didn't go in your bar. They've never spent any time in your bar. It just sounds, sometimes you're better off just keeping your mouth shut and say nothing than put out a statement like this. This just, to me, this doesn't even make any sense. And how do you know that none of these people were in your establishment? How could you make such a definitive statement? I'm willing to bet that somebody was in there having a drink that is connected to this situation. It doesn't mean that the incident started. Obviously, these guys doing a drive-by, they knew he was there. They knew he was in the area. All these people just randomly walking around were not there to have a drink at your establishment. But it didn't, we get, Johan, we're very, very, very well aware that it didn't happen in their establishment. Nobody ever said that it did. But how can they go as far as saying, well, they weren't our patrons. We don't know who they are. This has nothing to do with us. It wasn't a fight or anything that started there. It could have been words that were passed with somebody standing at the bar. What a hot mess. Anyway, This is really quite shocking, to be honest. We see two guys get out of the vehicle, one with what could be an AK-47 or some kind of modified shotgun. And then the other guy gets out with a handgun as though, I need to get my shots fired and stuff as well. Someone says maybe they were coming from Cotton Club. They said they came from Cotton Club. Cotton Club. Okay. Who said that? Because how would they know that? They know the faces of everyone in their establishment. Okay, then. They must be there at the security center, White Elephant, Digicel, or the gym, says this person laughing. Oh my God. All right, crazy stuff. A photo says 1,000 words. So a clip. Yep, think it was Vic's bar, but the other one with the AK-47. This is why I don't sleep at night with home invasions and AK-47s on the street. And that's such a nice place. My bad, wasn't sure of the name, even though I've been there. Maybe it was the Gold Reserve under the security center, or just loiterers and thugs hanging around and looking for trouble. What a hot mess. No shotgun there, semi-automatic, high-powered rifle. There's an ambulance right now at John Gray High School. Oh, okay. Not sure what that's about, but we'll keep an eye on that. This person said they came from Cotton Club. So let me think now. Cotton Club. Why would you, hold on. Let me try to get my bearings here. Cotton Club. Why would you be in this parking lot? Okay, this is the closest parking lot? That don't make no sense. You got Bawden's Place across the street that has tons of parking. You have the little other plaza. I forget what that plaza is called. That has it runs horizontal. You could park there. Cotton Club, yeah, is on Shedden Road. So you're going to walk all the way from Cotton Club and park down by the security center? Okay. That don't make no sense. But I'm surprised that this is the only footage that has emerged of this incident. This plaza has the security center in it. Not for nothing, but you would think the plaza with the security center would have all kinds of high-powered video footage. Left, right, and center all over this complex. So police is asking for your help, but if they want your help, maybe what they should do is release some footage, because this didn't come from them, but maybe you need to release some additional footage, because I suspect there's probably more camera footage out there that gives us a better angle. If not, the entire complex needs to put some money together and ask the security center to please install some better cameras for them. I'm just saying. Leanna says the math, not mathing, right? So this person says the gold vault is no longer in the building. Good to know. Yes, Sandra, it is known that a lot of the patrons of Cotton Club now frequent Vine and Tap. Cotton Club is less than a quarter mile from V&T. So a lot of their patrons are now going over to Vine and Tap. No, but the way that people are saying it is that they are just parking there. I'm a bit confused. Good morning, caller. What's your take on this hot mess of a situation?
You need to get Wyatt up and his outlaw gang together down here sometime and help these people out.
Well, who do you think is going to help? You mean the RCIPS? You got to remember, turn your radio down when you call in, honey Chia. I mean, don't we have the best from the UK already? We have Peter Lansdon, or whatever the heck his name is. Isn't he supposed to be the cat's meow when it comes to detective work? Y'all can tell I don't like Peter. No secret there. Him face the bad. Caribbean people say him feisty. Yeah, somebody done box him because him feisty. All these shootings, instead of spending $50 million in Cayman back school, for a handful of picky heads. Oh, geez, and peace. You did not just call them Brackers picky heads. Oh, my God. Georgetown Hospital is in desperate need of a larger ambulance and emergency department. Please read my comment. What a hot mess. Lord Jesus, y'all are crazy this morning. Yes, sir. Good morning. I just heard you mention it. Let me know if you find the problem, because mine worked when we reset, but then, oh, Lord. Yes. Okay. No problem. Y'all cracking me up with these comments. These people go out looking for opportunities at night to catch people they have issues with, slipping or even unsuspecting victims to rob, etc. Bluff monkeys is a term you never call a Cayman Bracker. What? Bluff monkeys is a term you never call a Cayman Bracker. No, y'all have a derogatory name for Cayman Brackers? That's a soldier crab fat. Oh God, I'm confused. I don't know what any of that means. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Sandra. And how are you?
My dear, they be confusing me, but I'm okay.
Yeah, well, we did say soldier crab people, but anyway.
To describe Brackers?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
For Brackers.
Well, there's something about our culture and heritage I never knew.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that. And way back when we used to do that, they probably call us something else too as well. And it wasn't as many people. But you spoke about the hospital just now in need an emergency. Bigger emergency
like expansion.
area. Yes. Sandra, that's not all it needs. Now, I'm not saying that the minister for the hospital isn't doing well, because I see many improvements there. But they got some. They need.
Let me do this and put the credit where it should be. I'm not going to say the minister is doing it. I'm going to say kudos to the HSA staff, Lizette and her team. They're the ones who are, along with the board, seem to be going in a very positive direction.
Yes. But I wish they would look at the sheets and what you call pillows. Now, the pillows is as thick as a handkerchief. Okay, I was there up till last night, and then the sheets, they're twin sheets, and you can pick them up and look right through them, and you see the next person. They're badly in need of it. Now, some time ago, I know many years ago, I know that Rotary Central had bought pillows, and they bought wheelchairs. And a nurse told me up there, not last night, but a few weeks ago, we were talking, and she said some of the patients take the pillows home. What they have to take home, I don't know, because I'm telling you, if I had the money, that would be the first thing I do. Is to try to get them some
decent
sheets.
Pillows.
Yeah, and pillows. I was there visiting a friend, and I went and I bought 2 pillows and 2 pillow slips or cases, whatever you would like to call them, and carried them. Well, washed them and carried them for her. And she was so thankful. She said her very shoulders pain because of not having decent pillows, even when you're elevating the bed in a different position or something like that. That is needed. That is so badly needed. Maybe instead of spending $50 million in a school, see about that first. See about
Other
the Faith
improvements.
Hospital.
Yeah. Oh,
Faith
yes.
Hospital.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is in dire
not
need of.
50, not $50 million for a school. I don't know if that woman has gone off of her rocker, as the elderly people say, off of her rocker. It's ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for listening,
What a
and
hot
good
mess.
morning out there to the to the listening public. Good morning to you too.
All right, my darling. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I learned something new this morning, honey child. Every day you can learn something new. So I've never heard of this soldier fat term. Shaka Zulu says, yes, that was a derogatory term for sister islands. So is that what we were calling the islands or the people? I'm still confused. But anyway, this person says, yes, oh my gosh, the linens are horrible. You see through them, threadbare, pillows flat, limited blankets, horrible. But if it's stolen, then you charge them for it. But if you check the rooms every day, how can you steal them? It's the staff stealing them. I don't know. I mean, if they're that horrible and they're that flat, who was really wanting to steal these pillows? I mean, I don't know. But I mean, when you check out of a hospital room, yes, don't you turn it over? And so if a pillow was there before and now it's gone missing, I agree. Just charge them. I don't know how much these pillows are, but you know, pillows can cost depending on if they're nice pillows. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Morning. So I just wanted to give you some context behind the soldier crab.
Yeah, because I'm confused, honey child. I've never heard of this before.
So way back in the day, like my great grandparents, according to the stories that I have heard, and I'm pretty sure they probably did it in Grand Cayman as well. But I don't know. Anyways, they used to use the soldier crab, the piece you use for fishing, right? And you would clean it or whatever. I don't know because I wasn't there. And they would fry it and use the oil for cooking oil, the oil that came from it for cooking oil, because that's all they had. Right? Like we talking like way back in the day. And so from that, I guess, I don't know. So Brackers got teased for eating soldier crab. And I don't know. It just went way. But like I said, I would be interested to know if back in the day, people in Grand Cayman didn't do the same thing.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, thank you for trying to give us that little background information.
Anyway.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other Brackers that think they might know the source of this? This is what a few other people say. They said no. They said they're bluff rats or soldier crab, and it's because Brackers eat soldier crabs. But don't we eat them too? This person says no. It's because they eat soldier crabs like we eat turtle. I mean, do they eat more soldier crabs than us? Like, don't we eat the same crabs? They claim, this other person says they claim that Brackers used to eat the crabs, so they get the nickname soldier fat. Now that's way back, might be in the 50s. Interesting. Getting a little history lesson on the Brackhead today. This person typed something, then they said, sorry, not saying it to offend anyone. My best friend is from Cayman Brack. So we always used to joke with each other. We don't eat soldier crabs. We fish with them. Oh, so the land crab is different than the soldier crab. Now this is me showing my total ignorance. No, we eat white crabs. Lord Jesus. So that's the land crabs that when it rains a little bit, they come out of the bushes. Oh, so the soldier crabs are which one again? Oh, this person says, no, those soldier crabs are different. Oh, so this person says we use soldier crabs for bait when fishing. Look at this. Caymanians distinguishing between each other, saying, hey, the Brackers did this and the Grand Cayman, we did this. This is what makes us unique. This person said people have been putting their own kind down from the beginning. Well, Yes. It happens, honey chill. Don't get too up in your feelings about it. Sandy, you know what would be good too is for the HSA if they put a special flu and COVID area and not in the ER. You can imagine going there for stroke or heart attack or something minor thing and contracting one of them, especially people with underlying issues. Well, you know, I hate to tell you, but we've passed the time now where we're separating people because of COVID. You're not even wearing masks there anymore. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Hello, darling.
How are you?
Oh, are you going to clarify this crab thing for me? How the story go now? This person says a hermit crab. We're not talking about hermit crabs. They're different.
Actually, I don't know that I can clarify it, but I know that when I was growing up, the people in Grand Cayman referred to Cayman brackers, and it was, and let me just, I'm sorry, it is a derogatory term, okay? And they called the Cayman brackers Cayman brack soldier crabs. And the reason that, according to the people in Grand Cayman, the reason they called them that was because they ate them. And also, it back in the day, the Cayman brackers were known to be very prejudiced. And even though the island was smaller than Grand Cayman, they were very, very segregated. Apparently, the darker skinned people lived on one end, the lighter skinned people lived up on one end, and you couldn't cross the border.
Child, I hear it might still be kind of like that in the brack, you know.
Well, and then, you know, they even used to tell stories that, you know, certain Cayman brackers wouldn't eat eggs from black fowls or beef from black cows.
Okay.
Yeah, things like that. No, I can't tell you that that's a fact, but
well, I believe
there were
it.
things that were said. And then, until today, Cayman brackers, they seem to think that we're separate countries.
Oh, yes. Well, we do know that. That is true.
They would refer to us here in Grand Cayman as Caymanians. And even abroad, when people say, oh, you're from the Cayman Islands, they say, no, we're brackers. So that's how they differentiate.
Yes.
But,
and you know, it's an interesting point. But it's also why they've always felt like to have proper representation, they have to have a minister. And, you know, yeah, they kind of feel, they claim that they're feeling left out, but.
Well, you know, I share that sentiment with them. They are a part of the Cayman Islands, regardless of how they see it, and they should have proper representation. I'm not saying it has to be in the form of a minister, but
yes,
they should have proper representation. And, you know,
and it shouldn't take very much to represent just a couple thousand people, right? It's not like their MPs have to work extra hard.
I think the only thing that the BRAC MPs should be working towards and trying to sustain is that Cayman BRAC does not get overdeveloped like we did, because that would be a shame.
Yes.
And because Little Cayman is, although smaller, it's a much more expensive island. It's not owned by Caymanians. So the only thing we have left that is Caymanian is Cayman BRAC. And I'm hoping and praying that that could be preserved forever, you know, as best as they can. But
thank you.
There was another point I wanted to make. The caller that spoke about the hospital. Sandra, I am here to tell you and your listening and reading audience, I am one of those diehard. We always call it the hospital, because back then we only had one. And so when I say the hospital, I'm talking about the HSA. And now I'm also one that criticized them, but having said that, it is my hospital. It's the one I go to. And regardless of what happens to me, I'm going to HSA. But now what I am going to say is that for many, let me take it back to this, that the best in and only time that hospital was properly run and CRIP was when it was under Minister Anthony Eden. I was so I ended up there. I can't remember how long after the new hospital was done, but I know it was under him. And I was, nobody says they pleasantly surprised or happened to be in a hospital, but I was. And I actually, yes, I actually sent a message to him, complimenting him on the way that this hospital was, equipped and the way the nurses were treating you and stuff like that. And, that was a problem we always had. But what I can say to you is that since he was no longer the Minister of Health, that hospital has only gone in one direction, and that's down. And what that caller said about pillows and sheets and stuff, it's all true. And 1 year, and I believe it was then under Minister Seymour, because I'd ended up there, and of course, I couldn't get a blanket. And so after I left, it was around Christmas time, I think. And I made an appeal to people that, while they were Christmas shopping, I was asking everyone, buy a pillow, buy a blanket, and just do a donation to the hospital. And it is a shame that our hospital, a hospital, is being dealt with. It's being neglected in capital letters. And that up until now, we still don't have, well, actually, when I go there, now I take my blanket with me, okay? Yes, I take my blanket. And, but it is a shame. And I don't understand why this continues to happen. It's not because they lack funds. They get a giant share of the budget every time. I just don't know why it's not being dealt with. Because I'm sure these people are not blind. I am sure they've read complaints. I'm sure they heard complaints. And that emergency room is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And yet no one wants to address it.
All right. Well, I'm sure they're listening this morning. And if not, we'll send it to them. Thank you, caller.
Let me just say, I saw one of the callers mention, I think he asked the question, if it was so that they had 7 ambulances. And I thought to myself, well, you're getting it all wrong again. 7 ambulances, you don't need 7 ambulances if you ain't got nowhere to put the people. So, that's like another bad plan to say you can build more prisons rather than build schools, So when those things happen, we have to think what's going on here? Who's the what's your word there? I forget the word that you use, but like the person then that they're taking advice from that think they know what's best for us. But that hospital, and I'm saying this, and anybody that want to challenge me on it, they're free to. They really, really need to take a good look at that place and get things sorted out. I consider that it is still the best hospital that we have, but they need stuff to work with.
All right, my dear. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you.
All right. Well, I mean, they do have a budget. They've just gotten JCT, is it JCT? Certification, which is a pretty big deal. And you don't just get JCT certified and not have a budget for things like pillows. So maybe that's just something that management needs to have a look at. Your comments are so interesting. And thank you for the people who sent me the photos, because of course I know what a soldier crab is now that I see the photo. My brain just wasn't registering. Oh my God, people eat these? Brackers, y'all used to eat these things? Ew. Yeah. Oh gosh, I didn't even think they had any meat on them. Huh, that's interesting. Jonathan says, Brackers, be proud of the heritage and own it. Necessity is the mother of invention. The use of soldier crabs back fat is part of that history. So the only place they actually have meat is on the back, or what? Ugh. Lavana says, I used to think it was a joke, but my mommy said it was used for oil and also fishing, and she still goes fishing with it. I can see why you'd use them for bait, but to eat, y'all got to show me where it tastes good. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Sandra. How are you?
Not bad. We got a little bit of Brack history lesson this morning, honey child. How are you?
Well, I was hoping to give shed a little bit more light on that, so that people could understand why Brackers see themselves as kind of a little more distinct from Grand Cayman, right?
Oh yes, tell us.
Now, back when slavery was in, not all whites had slaves, right? And a lot of those whites who didn't have, who weren't substantial slave owners, they were the ones that began the first permanent settlements in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. And when emancipation happened, right, many of those ex-slaves, they sought to be farmers and fishermen, and they sort of moved into the unpopulated spaces and, like East End, North Side, where the land was a bit more fertile, right? But over that same period, as I was saying, the whites who had not been substantial slave owners, they were the ones that began the first permanent settlements in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. And they sort of developed a lifestyle and a culture that was a bit distinct from those of Grand Cayman. They were almost totally dependent on the sea. And there was also some religious differences too, because the Brackers were, I think it was like around the 1880s, 1890s. They identified more ardently as Baptist Christians, whereas the people in Grand Cayman were more Presbyterian. So it was, there's I could go on and on, but there are.
So there's some they're very distinct things
that sort of added to that make them see themselves as separate and apart.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yes. I mean, definitely interesting. That's for sure. Thank you very much. I never thought that soldier crabs had much meat on them, but anyway, Shaka Zulu says previous caller is correct. The young lady who called in said that's the same story I heard as well, but not for the eating part, but mostly for fishing. Alejandro says the only reason they call them soldier crab is because they walk in numbers like soldiers. Okay. And someone else said that they are actually there's the same thing. So soldier crab is also what's the other term that we call them as well? Oh gosh, it just slipped my mind. Alejandro, is that you on the call this morning?
Oh, yeah, you know it. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I want to shine a little positive light on how we Caymanians used to do it, right? With the hermit crabs. As far as I can remember, we used to use them and put them in a big circle, at least 4 feet wide, and put them in the center of like 4 or 5 of them. Like just say that we have 4 people playing, and we put 4 or 5 of them hermit crabs, some big ones too, and we would make them race to the line. Whoever gets the winning hermit crab, wins the bet.
Oh, they can race too?
With those. We used to gamble with those hermit crabs, yo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so somebody sent me crabs. Yeah, soldier or hermit crabs. So somebody sent me the picture of the crabs that we eat.
Soldier crabs.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks
you gotta put the accent into it. Or it's not gonna be Caribbean. Yeah, soldier crabs. But yeah, we used to race them in a little circle, put them in the middle of a circle, and let them walk away and see whoever reaches the line first, and then you win the bet. It's like horse racing.
But with the soldier crabs, thanks very much. I appreciate it. So that's very interesting. Okay. So I mean, if they know how to race, are they kind of smartish then? At least they know how to get to the finish line. Oh gosh, Lizzie G GZ 345 I was clarifying how that young man got the injury to his head. Thank you very much. She says he broke his neck while wrestling as a toddler. The injury required a head brace until the spine healed, and the brace left a permanent scar on his forehead. Oh, that's sad. But thanks for telling us. That's, I guess, good to know. So this is very, very interesting. These hermit crabs are ugly. Now listen, I eat crab, lobster. I love me some lobster, honey child. But I also think that they're the ugliest things in the world. Crustaceans. Oh my God. Whether it's this, or even this, or this, or this, they're all ugly. I've never met a cute lobster, hermit crab, soldier crab, land crab, rock crab, white crab, black crab. They're all ugly. Shrimp are ugly, but I still eat them. I would prefer somebody to take them out of the shell for me. So poor Marlon, he knows this already. Anytime we go out and we order and they bring it in the shell, I'd be like, oh, Lord, can y'all just take it out of the shell for me? The tail is not so bad. I can kind of try to ignore the tail. But child, when they come out with all the little things and I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to look at that when I'm eating. Ugh. Anybody else like that? I mean, I'll eat it because it does taste good. But to look at them, they're disgusting. Why? Well, doesn't a Cayman Braca run the hospital? Oh, Miss Lizette is from the Brac? I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, but I didn't know she was a Bracker. Debbie says, wow, when I lived there in 1985, it was like 900 people, mostly Caymanians. And a lot of you are surprised to hear some of the information here now this morning about the Brac. Some of you are like, oh, I didn't know that. Eve says Anthony Eden was a politician, not an executive at the hospital. So, yeah, I mean, he wasn't really involved in the running of the hospital for sure. So, I don't know. They still eating them, Aunt San. Good for parrotfish. Debbie says, I don't believe it. Don't believe what? Russ C says, I've got a conspiracy theory for you. I think they're trying to encourage the poorer Caymanians to move Cayman Brac to make more room for the paper Caymanians. Who's trying to encourage that? Julie? I mean, if she spruce up the Brac enough, we might all want to go there. Strong Wilt says, call Curtis. Curtis, are you listening to the show this morning? He's oftentimes listening. Hunter say you got to say it like a Caymanian. Soldier. Soldier crab. Not soldier crab. Soldier. Y'all be pressing me. Search the coconut crab, Sandy. Coconut crab. Miss Soka, she does not eat meat. She says they are cockroaches. Ugh. Well, so are chickens. Chickens are scavengers too, honey child. If we can eat them like they, let's have some chicken cordon bleu. Yeah, they're all scavengers. Just toy back in the Philippines, just like what the caller said. We also use a hermit crab to race, and the winner takes all. What a mess. Jonathan says a lobster is the first cousin to a cockroach. I think you'd be surprised what are actual scavengers. Clean them properly, honey Jill. Brenda says that might not be a conspiracy, might actually be the plan for some of us. Refuge. I don't know. So it was interesting. I told you guys that somebody called me yesterday or day before and made a suggestion that maybe that $50 million school could actually make us some money if it was a boarding school. And then you could encourage people from all over the world to come and board in Cayman Brac. I said, oh, geez, I'm peace. This woman can't be knowing too many Brackers. I'm pretty sure they would not like that idea. They like being separate and apart. So I listened very interestingly to the last caller's comments, or maybe it was the caller before, about Cayman Brackers feeling that they're a little bit different. And, you know, they don't really like Black people. I mean, it's a thing. I'm telling y'all, it's a thing. I've heard it before. Hopefully things are changing over there now. and we realize that color is only skin deep. But yes, we know that if you go to Cayman Bracker's house, they're going to be like giving you water. You ask for water, they're going to give you water out of a plastic cup and throw it in the garbage when you're done if you happen to be of a particular color. And I think that because the BRAC is a little bit behind the times, so to speak, they probably still feel that way more so than others. I don't know how much it's changed, to be quite frank and honest. But, you know, these are things that it's part of her heritage. I don't know that's part of her. I don't know if it's right to say it's part of her culture, but someone has taken the liberty to send me some pictures of the soldier crabs racing. Oh, my goodness. Yes, now I know exactly what we're talking about, soldier. Oh, my gosh. They actually put them in a little circle and make them race? What? Oh, wow. Look at this. Some soldier crabs don't know what's going on. They're like, let's just get out of the way. Get away from these crazy people. Interesting. Okay, this person says, please get Steve or Roy on here to talk about the BRAC. Yes, and even the Black people in Cayman BRAC don't like non-BRAC Black people. Say what? The hell? Hold on now. Let me back this up. So even the Black people in Cayman BRAC don't like non-BRAC Black people, and they would swipe the Black people footprint out of the yard. Wow. I think it comes down to lack of exposure. Yeah. Somebody says, ask about the famous Blackie from the BRAC. Who the heck is Blackie? Oh God, we're gonna need Curtis this morning. Let me see if I can get a hold of Curtis. Is he awake? We need Curtis to explain some of this hot mess of a situation. No, sir. They would sweep the Black people footprint off the yard. Wow. Oh. That is from the BRAC. I never even knew that. Mm-hmm. Cayman BRAC has its own flag? What? I did not know this. Good morning, caller.
Good morning again, Sandra. I don't understand what we're talking about, Black people and Cayman Brackers and versus Black people, because listen, there is, I'm not going to call their last names, but there is a few last names in Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman, it was not a very big family, but they were well-off family. That if you cross their place, their yard, their front yard in particular, and you put your hand. Now this not stories. This actually happened or used to happen. Put your hand on their fence, or maybe mistakenly tracked on their, in the front. They would use pine sol, and this was in Georgetown because they thought that they were the big shots, or whatever we like to call it, big shots of the island. And they did not like Black people to do that. Yet they had to use Black people to clean that same yard and to clean their house, because they knew nothing about that sort of thing. Because, like I said, they call themselves big shots of the island. A lot of them has died out now, and a lot of them had to, in order to get married or even to have children, they had to marry colored women and colored men. So what are we talking about? We were all
yes,
color
but I mean,
prejudice.
I think I think a lot of it existed. And I think what it is with the BRAC is the BRAC might be the last frontier for where it is still kind of like there a lot. I mean, I have met some people. Now, this woman, and I'm going to tell you the last name was Tibbetts, but she was married to Bracker, and she came in from like Texas or something like that. And I remember sitting down talking to her because she needed my TV services back in the day. And it struck me that she was definitely prejudiced. You know, when you can just tell, and it's like, okay, you need to do this thing for me, but please don't touch the furniture. Don't get too close to me. And that thick Texan accent, I was like, oh God, let me hurry up and get the hell out of here. Cause you know, but I mean, you know, I can see where a lot of Caymanians believe, probably erroneously so, that they are, you know, Caucasian when, you know, they're mixed.
But it was special, the special last names.
Yeah.
In this island, that it's not too many of them is left now. But people
went out of their way. Somebody actually made this comment. They says, yes, the white Brackers looked for white people to marry, and they really went out of their way to try to find people who were like Texans and like really, really, you know, not just white, but I guess they thought they were super white. Caller, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
This person says, my family's from the BRAC, so I know, honey child. They were always trying to find white people to marry. This person says, good morning. My parents were from the BRAC, and the history of the soldier crab eating was started by a West Bay man living on the BRAC. A lot of Brackers do not eat the meat. Those who did said it was bitter and not something they fancy. The segregation between persons living in Grand Cayman, Caymanians, and those living on the BRAC, Brackers, also started with the Caymanians wanting to disassociate themselves, oh Lord, from the Brackers. And this was because the Caymanians always, and still do, believe they were better than the Brackers. What? Oh my God, no way. Caller number 1, ending in 1737. Good morning.
Andrew Curtis here, and I'm sleeping.
Curtis, the man. All right, yeah. Curtis, give us a little, give us your perspective on this about the BRAC this morning.
Thing I'm talking about with the people sweeping your yard and different glasses and all that. That was 50 years ago.
But not that long ago, you know.
You telling me? My grandmother was one of them.
Oh, geez, on peace.
One time she called somebody for peppers, and they told her they only had black peppers, and she hung up on them.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're not like that up here no more.
You're not like that no more.
No.
Okay.
And Mr. Blackie was the late Willard Douglas. He had owned Blackie's restaurant and bar and all that.
Apparently, I hear he was a legend.
Yeah, he was. He used to call everybody nigger.
Oh my God.
So
and he was a black man?
Use that word here. Yeah. But one time a tourist came in and he called him nigger. The tourist said, I ain't no nigger. So he looked at him and said, let me tell you something, nigger. A nigger not your color, you know. Nigger you is. So that's how all of that go about. But people not like that up here no more. That was way back then. The Westerners thought that they were white people. And
all right. So when I come to Cayman Brac now, you're not gonna be sweeping the white sand away.
No, that's 50 years ago, Sandra. We're not like that up here no more.
All right. No, I love, to be quite honest, I love me some BRAC hospitality. But like I said, there was, 1 or 2 little cases. I'm like, but that person wasn't a Cayman Braca. They were married to Braca, but you could tell.
Yeah, but I listen to some comments sometimes, some things. I don't know. Some people tell you something. They're so far out of whack. It's ordinary.
Yeah. All right, honey. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. We do have another caller, and I'm watching the time because I got to skedaddle out of here. But good morning, caller. Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. Did we lose that caller? Oh, honey, chill. We're going on with the phone lines. I'm not jinxing myself, but we've been doing pretty good this morning. Hold on, caller. I think I accidentally. Let me call you. Flo called me yesterday about my bill, and I wanted to say to them, "What bill? Don't I have a toll-free number yet?" Oh God. Sorry, caller. I'm not sure how you got disconnected there.
No, I hung up and I heard Curtis came on. This was Lavona. Curtis is my cousin too.
Oh,
okay. He's my cousin on my mom's side. My mom is from the BRAC.
Oh, your mom is from the BRAC. Okay.
Yeah, she's from the BRAC and came down here and met my dad. That's the history. So the soldier fart thing I remember as a child too. didn't know any different. I used to be saying the same thing. Okay, and rockers eat soldier fat. I remember one time I got beaten for that when she said something or I was supposed to do something as a child, and she got was upset, and I told Karen Rocker, he eats soldier fat. And I got one beaten for that. So as an adult, actually years later, I asked her, I said, Mommy, why is it that, that they say that? Is it New Kevin Rockers really used to eat? She said, no, what they did, like the previous caller had said before, they used to fry the fat to turn out the oil, and then that's what they used it for, and also for fishing, to catch fish. And I know to this day, she still asks people to look soldiers for her, and I think she crushes it. She crushes it, and I don't know whatever her method is, but she crushes it and throws it out. She takes the fat part and hooks it onto her hook, I think. I used to go fishing with her as a child as well. She still do it today. So I had to get a laugh off of that. But also in regards to color of skin, my dad is not very dark. He's, I guess I would say, brown skin. I don't like to call people black. So he told me back in his day, they couldn't go past the four-way in West Bay. Because he said the West Bayers were considered the white people. So he said all of the guys, it was a whole, on my daughter's side, it was 12 of them, including the girls. So he said the guys from town used to go to West Bay to look the girls, because that's where all the pretty girls was. But he said the West Bay guys used to pelt them with rocks. They used to pelt them with rocks, so they couldn't get past the four-way, or what we call the four-way now. They couldn't get any further than that. So I was listening, I just had to get a chuckle off of that to see how far we have come, but yet still, yes, we do still have racism. That is still there.
Yeah, I think we can't even. We can't even deny it, because somebody else just said, "Listen, I was living there in the '80s, and that's what it was." So it's it is what it is, I suppose. At the end of the day, and we have to try to eradicate it. And I think probably the main way in which we do so is simply by talking about it. We have to admit that it existed, and then we talk it through.
Yeah, and even sometimes I used to hear my mama say certain things, and it didn't bother me because that's my mama, and you get accustomed to how they speak and stuff. And but as I said, as I got older, and I would say now she said something today. Now I would say, Mama, really, you shouldn't say that or what. Yeah, but they're kind of set in their ways, by the way. So she is big in her 70s. My dad is now 80. So they're set in their ways. So, but sometimes I do have to say something to her. Say, Mama, that's not how it is today. You don't say those things like today. She don't really says the derogatory stuff or prejudice stuff, but without kind of explaining, just sometimes she'll say little things that it kind of catches me that I know different, like today. Yeah, and I just try to say, Mom, we can't say that, and whatever. But anyway, that is that. And then someone said something about the hospital as well. The emergency room. Let me tell you something. If I don't have to go there, God forbid, I don't want to go there. I last went there again. My most recent trip was with my mom. She wasn't feeling very well at all, and there is like, I describe it as a market. The nurses, the doctors, everybody is just shouting and hollering and laughing and talking. You even feel like you're in a hospital. And I tell you, it saddens my heart to see how much it have gone down to where it was before. It used to be so. I always say it's not a hospital that don't treat people. It's a doctor. Like person says, "Oh, I'm not going to some hospital." Like I'm just saying that now because of what I see when I go there. I have to keep calling the doctor every minute versus my dad. It's the same thing. You have to be, can somebody check on my father? Nobody. He's lays there for the longest time. The last time I was there was when the two persons got knocked down on West Bay Road. And my dad was there to kind of pushed in a corner because they were rammed full packed. Even had persons inside the operating room. That's how full it was. They didn't have any space for persons, so they were just putting them anywhere they could find a spot. And again, my father was pushed like in a third corner. And it made it worse when those two people came in that was knocked down. Obviously, they were, attention had to be like ASAP. So everybody went running to them. And I kept having to call it that can someone just check on my daughter, please? I don't know what's happening. I do whatever. And the noise, it's just the noise in there. It just so ghetto. I'm sorry, I have to say it's so ghetto. I mean, it was taking everything out of me. Not to curse because I had on my uniform. Not even curse, but to like go off on them because I wear my uniform. And I was like, and I said, Daughter, I'm sorry. Can we just go up to Health City? Let's get a referral, and ended up, coincidentally, we end up having to get a referral to go to Health City that night. It was late in the night because of something that started with his heart, and we ended up going up there coincidentally. When I tell you, Sunday, it was like night and day. I said to Daddy when we got into their emergency, when I tell you quiet. So I said to Dad, Dad, you hear anything? Just, to see if he realized the difference. I said, Dad, do you hear anything? And he said, no. I said, exactly, Daddy. This is how it's supposed to be in a hospital when you're dealing with people that's sick and in pain and whatever. They were whispering to each other, if they have anything to say, they were leaning to each other, speaking. It wasn't hollering across the room and laughing and carrying on. No, it wasn't nothing like that.
So who was actually causing the noise? I'm curious. Was it the staff?
The doctors and the nurses. The staff. Not the patients. The only time you would hear a patient is maybe they need help. Help, can somebody come over here, or they're pressing the buzzer and you hear them kissing their teeth. Then somebody press the buzzer, they're kissing their teeth. And I was like, I said, Dad, I hope you will come out of here. And like I said, I must be had spoken into existence because we ended up going that night. And I tell you, it was awesome. And I even say, because my dad he lost two of his siblings there, and he wasn't too, again, old persons or old elder persons are set in their ways. He wasn't too fussed about going up there at all. So I thought he was going to say no. I was sure. I said, Dad, you have to go. Let's go. And he said, okay, you say so. And we went. And I tell you, they treated my dad like a king. He hands on every minute. They were checking on it. And again, quiet. A hospital supposed to have some kind of calm and quietness, not sounding like you walk into a damn flea market or a farmer's market, people shouting, give me this, give me that. It's where you put my drink. Who pick up my this? And I mean, literally shouting, And I had to look around. I said, really, this is what our emergency come to. And not one, I think it was one Caymanian was there. And I think he was a porter or something. Everybody else was of almost one nationality. Maybe one or two other nationalities, but the rest was, the majority was from.
Well, a lot of people messaging saying that they agree with you. So we'll certainly highlight it for the HSA. And looks like there's something to improve. This person says that's true what the caller's saying about the noise at the HSA.
I didn't know anything about the pillows. When I said the pillows, I asked for pillows. And what they I don't have it, and they went scrambling over it, and I'm bringing to put on my daughter's neck. Blanket or sheet, something it was that they kind of double it up. Double it up to put on his, because he don't like to lay flat. He likes to kind of be up in a sitting more position. And he was so uncomfortable, it wasn't funny. And that's what they brought for him. That's why I didn't know they had a pillow issue. I just thought maybe it was, because they were full, they were probably all using. No matter. So it can be better in that regard. I'm not putting on a hospital itself. I'm not doing that. It's just what's going on when you get there.
Right.
It could be, it have to be better. You can't go in there feeling sick. You don't know what's happening with you. And when you get in there, you hearing all this noise, you can't even be sick in peace, put it that way. My woman just walked in and she heard, like I tell you, she was the last person I went in there with. And she could tell you, I kept saying to her, Mama, if I got stay in here 5 more minutes, I don't know what I got to do. And I just kept, and I know she must have felt bad because she felt sick and she didn't know what was wrong. And she kept looking at me and, anyway, Yeah, so I ended up leaving to go get her something to eat, and she called me to say her pressure gone up. Her pressure had was like really, really high, was triple, whatever. So she had that why she was feeling so bad. When she called me and say, when you come out, they gonna let me out. I said, Jesus, thank you, Lord. I was so happy, right? And she's frequent there because she have her cynical and stuff. So, but they all love her. But that's not the point. It's just how they operate in the emergency area. So, yeah, that's my little.
All right,
secret.
my
And
dear.
going
Well,
back
thank
to
you
color
so
too,
much.
Okay, man, we not white. We don't have no like real white. We're all mixed. But I don't know, a million different nationalities, me included. And I have a cousin. When he went to college, I would say what we call high color here in Cayman. It's not damn white. I call it bad color because all you damn see is with his clear skin. All you do, you see every spot you go on your body. People laugh at me when I said, I don't know what people be bleaching for, black or dark skin. People have the most beautiful skin. Stop bleaching because there's nothing to be getting. So my cousin went to college, and when he went to college, he was supposed to be, or what they consider Cayman white.
Yeah.
When he got to college in the States where they got real white people, and you find out how white he was. They were calling him nigger.
Yep.
And black and every other color that goes towards the dark skin people. So yeah, then when he realized he wasn't white.
What a hot mess.
And
Yeah, well, somebody else said the same thing.
I talked to you on air, so she said, "Must tell you hello."
Tell her I said hello. Put her on for one quick second. Let me say hi.
I hope you got time. Hold on. I love you,
Oh my goodness. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Same to you. You help my sister so good that every time I go up there, I see your face.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Is good.
Thank you.
I love you for that. I mean, I always love you, but my
yeah.
sister say, she say, that lady, because she don't know you. My sister says she don't know what you did for her.
Oh my gosh.
But she can't walk good to come out because she had her neck broke.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she can't walk good. She said, I would like to meet that lady. Yeah, yeah. So thank you very much. and
You're
have a
welcome,
happy New
honey.
Year.
You are
May
so
everything-
welcome. Happy New Year.
Everything good come your way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, darling.
All right, my dear.
Okay.
All right, folks.
Huh?
About the soldier crabs.
Yeah, when I was born, they told me that they used to eat it, and once or twice I've seen people because we used to live like under the bluff, and a couple of people came there looking at them. I said to one man, I said, "Sir, you all eat that?" He said, "That fried, the piece of fish tastes like that." That was a fact. Yeah, that was a fact. But that was old time days, Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, honey.
Okay, darling.
Have a good one.
Have a nice day. I used to fish in with them.
Yeah, that's what Lavana was just telling us.
My fish used to be on the Facebook all about. I used to fish and catch all kind of fish. With them same soldiers. Every time I put one on the hook, I remember that. About the people up there.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we were learning quite a bit about Black history today, so lots of things that we didn't know.
Yeah, some people deny it, but that was the truth. That was no lie. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're all about
nice
the truth,
day.
my dear. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, have a nice day.
Thanks. You too.
Okay.
Okay, dear. Bye-bye. All right, folks. Yes, absolutely love it. So somebody mentioned that Brackers had their own flag. This is all news to me. Thank you. I see this comment that came in. This young man, where is it? He said that he would like to learn more about this history with Cayman Brack because he finds it fascinating. One of our Filipino listeners. He says, well, this sounds so interesting. Can we learn more about Brack history? Because he is just curious. Wow. Okay. Like I said, this was news to me about the Brack having a flag of their own, but have a look at this. Kevin shared this with me just now.
You're the only person ever to fly the Cayman Brack flag. And if you haven't seen it, take some time to go see it at the Red Bay Church of God Holiness, which started with 20 persons, most of which were from Cayman Brack. As we celebrated our International Flag Day, we decided that as Cayman Brackers, we wanted to have our little flag too. So some of the ladies there made a flag which says Republic of Cayman Brac. And yesterday, as we were doing the final touches on this parade, I remembered that there was a flag in existence. And to my great amazement, when I called to Cayman, they had it there at the church and was able to fly it up on Cayman Airways. So it's now flying for the first time here on Cayman Brac, and we're really proud of that.
Well, there you have it, honey child. Republic of Cayman Brac. Yes, sir. Never knew there was such a thing. Somebody said we lucky that they don't have their own passport. Oh my God. We're going to be ending the show at 9:35 this morning because I have to make my way to town. So Sexy Jeannie says Juliana is creating an entire history. What a mess. Sandy, and your next Caymanian stories should be the Brackers. Interesting topic. You know, I've actually been thinking about who in Cayman Brac to interview. So let me remind you guys, Cayman Voices. I was actually trying to have one ready for today, but I think we'll air it on Friday with Miss Elrita from Georgetown, Seymour. Very, very interesting lady. So make sure you tune in for Cayman Voices. But I have been thinking that I definitely need to go to Cayman Brac for a couple days. So Curtis, hook me up, but I need to know who on the Brac, like who are the people on the Brac that I should really interview. Remember the one lady who called in some months back about, you know, crime in the Brac, and she said, yes, we got to fight this crime and we must stand together. And then I heard that she's an elderly lady. I thought to myself, ooh, an elderly Bracker that's feisty. I need to add her to my list. So if you guys can remember who her name is, she should definitely be on the list. But yes, it looks like we need to interview quite a few Brackers. Leroy says, go to Elvis. Funny enough, I've actually interviewed Elvis before. Not really for this series, but Hunter says, interviewed Dan Scott, one of Brac's most successful businessmen. Is he of the age, though, for Cayman Voices? Because it is meant to be, I don't know, how old is Dan Scott? It's meant to be for an older, you know, some of our older folks, 65 plus. But he would no doubt be an interesting person. Yeah, I've interviewed Elvis before. All right, send your recommendations in. Would definitely love to hear who you'd recommend for Cayman Brac. Lots of Brac connections, obviously, between us. This one person says Brackers are special, and I don't mean that in a good way. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Give them independence to go with that flag so they can pay for their own high school, says this person. And this person said, what? They have their own Brac flag? Listen, y'all gonna learn something here. What a hot mess. All right, if your name is Bizzle Pariyer, Pariyer, your wallet and debit card has been found. You found some cash in it too. So anybody knows this person, Bizhal, you know, reach out, honey chill. All right. Okay, so the HSA will definitely review your comments here today and take it on board. This other person says, since we gained abundance of Jamaican staff, the quality has declined. The noise level and behavior is reminiscent of Kingston General Hospital. What a heat. Our radio listeners, we're going to be coming off air in just a minute with you guys, and then we're going to wrap things up on social media as well. This person says, everything she's saying is facts. The A&E section is the size of a sardine. I was there yesterday with my dad, and he had to be placed in the trauma room because the beds were full. And I had to keep going to the nurse station and ask them when they were coming to tend to him. Oh, my God. This other person says, that's true what the caller is saying about the noise in the HSA emergency room. Oh my gosh. Here's another interesting tidbit. Radio folks, tune in tomorrow morning. This person says the West Bay guys used to pelt out the guys from Georgetown, as they didn't want those guys with the West Bay girls, and I'm a West Bay. Oh my Lord. Can you imagine? Listen, the things we used to go on with. Probably not that much has changed when you think about it. You got people on one side of Windsor Park fighting with people on the next side of Windsor Park. And it's this kind of foolishness that really leads me to believe, that we have some of the violence that we have now. Ay. No, sir. Can you show the flag from Cayman Brac again? Okay, let me see here now.
You're the only.
I'm going to mute it. But yeah, there it is. What did it say? Let me rewind that. Hold on. Republic of Cayman Brac. I honestly never knew they had a flag. So there you go. Learn something new every day, honey. Al, good morning. Yes, Elvis, you need to do interview someone that wouldn't hold back, calling it straight. Yes, I have interviewed. Don't you guys remember when I interviewed Elvis? Maybe I need to play that. I better screen it first because I can't remember exactly what he would have said. Touching the topic of visitors using Cayman for the M is use of permits to stay on the island. For the misuse of permits to stay on the island. Visitors using Caymanians for the misuse of permit. I'm confused. Sexy Jeannie, you might want to clarify that. Somebody says, is he family to the Scot that's having problems with this land? Who? Oh, Jonathan says, I have read that there was a man with ties to the Brac that dropped the atomic bomb in Hiroshima. The story goes that Enola Gay was the name of the plane because it was named after one of his elders. Oh. News to me, honey chill. Gabriella says, I go to the hospital. I bring my own blanket, my own pillow, because of the long, ridiculous wait. Sexy Jeannie says, maybe this is the reason Julianne is misusing funds to invest in the Brac. Well, she's not misusing funds to invest in the Brac. She is putting us into a deficit to get her Brac school. And for the first time ever, all of a sudden they could afford to have Brac's fireworks. Her 30-year career, they never did that before. And I heard they spent a pretty penny on the celebrations for the New Year. So she's rolling in it. Kyle says, if I'm sick and dying, I wait to go to the emergency at 3 a.m. or some ish. I think we're off radio now. I'll end the radio feed and then we can say the word shit. Gabriella says, my grandmother went there a week ago to the hospital because she broke her arm and they couldn't find a bed for her. Oh, shit. My God. What the hell? Oh, honey child. Miss Brenda says they need a proper overhaul. What's happening and keeps happening is a disgrace. We need our hospital needs to be improved and brought up to standards. What's the health minister doing? This is just another kick the can down the road situation. Shame. What a heat. I mean, I think they've made a lot of improvements though. Like, listen, for years, even under the other health minister, they were trying to get the JCT accreditation and they only just got it. And I can tell you they made a lot of improvements in order to get that. So, wow. Al says West Bayers and Georgetowners used to fight like animals all the time back in the day. And the real question is why? This is like this, I have to be honest with you, is part of our small-minded mentality. Because, I mean, we're all one people. I get it. There are some differences, but you know what is so crazy? Imagine only having children with other West Bayers. That's why we had the Cayman disease, because y'all were doing it with family members and stuff. So, you can't even, Caymanians, we're not that large of a population, but you can imagine not even wanting to be with a Georgetowner. You get upset because the West Bay boys like a little brown-skinned girl from Georgetown. That would be a good thing because you're diversifying the whole gene pool, which means you're less likely to be stupid when you do that. I'm just saying. Oh yes, rough seas, but I'm confused about what that has to do with our current conversation. Yeah, that's the one that Julie's bailing him out of. Bobby wants a passport from the Cayman Islands. Bobby, where you from, honey Jill? Where you is? We don't give out Cayman passports like that now. We not gonna tell you. You know what Caymanians would tell you, Bobby? When you ask how can you get a passport from the Cayman Islands, they're gonna tell you we're full. There's no more room for anybody else who needs a passport. Sipping slowly sips tea. Anyway, we'll continue the conversation tomorrow. John LaRue says, I had a surgery at Doctor's Hospital and all was pretty good. Their billing system is a disaster overall, not so good. Dr. Solomon, aka the real Admiral, is great. So I'll pass that on to the folks. Well, y'all coming out with the comments here today. I'll pass that on to Doctor's Hospital for you. I'm sure they're listening. United we stand, divided we fall, says Gareth. Sexy says, I'm from Canada and only catch up on the news when I'm visiting. Oh, okay. Well, you know you can watch us all the time. Get a VPN in Canada. See if that helps. I know they blocked external news or whatever, like Facebook and stuff like that. Kind of annoying, but you can still watch it on YouTube, can't you? Yeah, that's Sexy Jeannie. You're watching it on YouTube. And we're on Instagram now, FYI. Okay. Sarah says that on February the 1st, 2023 at 6:45 p.m., someone ran into the back of my car, went HSA by ambulance, and was stuck in the waiting room for several hours with an eye injury from hitting the steering wheel. Ooh, yikes. I felt that. That hurts. Oh, shoot. Look at the time. I got to go. Nothing done for me, but my partner got x-rays and we asked for blankets several times and still waiting. We got home at 3 a.m. February the 2nd. Worst service I've ever had. Oh, well, sounds like there is room for improvement. Okay, well, Lordy. Ay, what a hot mess. Siobhan says, where you from? And I'm wondering why you want a passport for you. Obviously, customer service is desperately needed in these government departments. Miss Perla, improvement for the building, not the supplies needed, like beds, thick blankets, bigger pillows, and so on. All right, folks, y'all gonna make me late this morning, and you know I don't like to be late, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. He's the rear admiral, not the real admiral. Oh, did I misread that? What a hot mess. Okay, folks. Thank you for your comments. Listen, bottom line here today is we had a show without any interference so far. Oh my God. I didn't want to get too excited, but I think we may have. I mean, technically, we've been going for 2 hours and 12 minutes. So normally it'd be a 3-hour show. So technically something could still go amiss, but I feel like maybe Marlon has resolved the problem. Yay for Marlon! Oh, somebody get some extra hugs and stuff later on. Honey Chow, what's going on? No, we cut it off. Because I got to go early today. Yeah, all right, dear. No, oh my gosh, did he solve the problem? You see, that is why young people on Instagram, find yourself a man who is useful for you in more ways than just the bedroom, because any man can probably do that a little bit. Get a man who can help you in the real world, solve some of your real world problems that are giving you a headache. Oh my gosh. I am so excited because I think that's it. All right. We'll know for sure tomorrow. So today was a good test run. Let's not get too happy. But I think Marlon has earned himself some little extra hugs and squeezes tonight. Wink, wink. Yes, honey, chill. All right. Oh, what a stress. This thing was stressing me out. Tomorrow will be the ultimate test. If nothing happens tomorrow, then we know he did it. So maybe I shouldn't hug him tonight quite yet. my gosh. All right, folks. Y'all have a good day. I'm off to the opening of the Grand Court. It's going to be available on YouTube. I'll see if we can stream it here. Sometimes y'all want to watch. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're like, listen, we don't care about that kind of stuff. Anyway, but we'll be there. I'll be taking some pictures and taking some notes. And then we'll put up a little story later on about it. And yeah, good stuff. I want to hear what the judiciary is doing because we have a female first ever woman Chief Justice, and she has been keeping busy. Y'all have a fantastical day. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay, be good.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels and visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.